What's going on, guys? It's me, Dreamliner Fan HC here, and today we have another model plane unboxing video for you guys. I hope you guys are excited for today's video. Today's unboxing will be on the NG Models 1/4 scale Korean Air Boeing 747-8i. Now, if you guys are asking on why I'm unboxing this again, as I did one like an unboxing of this particular model on a previous model unboxing, I'll explain why in a moment. But this is a model that has been in my collection for like a month now, like a few months, but this one in particular is different compared to the first one I have. So let me get into the story on why I ended up getting another one as compared to me getting the first one on a previous unboxing. So this particular model was a NG redemption point model. So I received this model for free from NG Models. Now the thing is though, the first iteration of the model I got didn't exceed my expectations when I see it on the CGI image, which I'll go into why in a moment. But yes, I did receive this model from NG's. I redeemed my points for this particular model, and when I unboxed it on the dual Korean Air unboxing I posted like a month ago, unfortunately there's some issues that I found out with the model. So with NG Models' CRP redemption free model program, they technically would seal the model at the website, at the factory itself, and then they would ship it to these retailers. But here's the catch: the retailers does not check the model that's sealed there, because like they think that it's already shipped to go and send out to the customer. But the problem is, I don't think NG was very careful enough to inspect some details, and there might be some something that gets out of the way. So my Korean Air 747-8 that I got from like that dual model unboxing of Korean Air models, I do have it with me. So here is the Korean Air 747-8 I have. Now as you can tell, there's already a problem with the model. So as you can see, the Korean Air logo, which as you can see on the CGI image, there's supposed to be a Korean Air logo on the number 1 engine. This one, technically speaking, does not show that it is on the number 1 engine, but the Korean Air logo is on the inner side of the number 1 engine as compared to the outside. So that's what I noticed from this model. In addition, there's some kind of like stain that's over there. I'm not sure what happened there, or why is there a stain. And then I can also see it on the starboard side of the plane. So that's kind of like my problem when I first got this model from NG CRP Redemption Program. The model did not exceed my expectations as what I saw on the image. So unfortunately, I would say this is technically speaking a defective model, but I will have to sell this model at some point. So that's the reason why I have this model. So this is the replacement from Final Approach Collectibles. I told them that, hey, my model did not, like the free model I got from NG has like an imprinted Korean Air logo and then some kind of like stains. Thankfully, Brandon, who is the owner of Final Approach Collectibles, was able to figure this out, and he was able to find a shipment replacement for me, and then he wanted me to like buy another model so he can ship the replacement for the replacement model for the first one, the one with the defective logo printing. So here it is. This is the replacement right here. It came with another model from a Final Approach collectible box. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to hopefully see that the logo of the printing, like the Korean Air logo, is printed on the right way alongside with no stains. So yeah, this is kind of like my second unboxing of a Korean Air 747-8. So let's get started with the box review. So you got the Korean Air logo right there, you got the Boeing 747-8 titles, you got the CGI image of the plane. NG is really unique on these box designs. So yeah, here is some kind of like various details. There you can see some reminiscences of the Korean Air logo painted in like yellow or gold. You got the 1/4 scale collectible model die-cast metal. You got the Boeing license part right there, and you got the aircraft registration, which is Hotel Lima 7636. I did see this exact aircraft at Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson International Airport while I was heading out to Charlotte on Sunday, the day after Airlines International. I do have a photo of that, and I was really fortunate that I was able to get that, therefore getting this model in general. This was I think at this time during the summertime, Korean Air would always send their 747-8s to Atlanta during the summer, but maybe they might swap it for like, let's say, the 777-300ERs during the winter. But yeah, this model also came out on the April 2025 release set from NG models alongside another Korean Air 747-8, but I decided to get this registration as compared to the other one. They technically did a total of 3 Korean Air 747-8s. I decided to get this one since this is the exact aircraft I saw in ATL while I was departing for Charlotte. Anyways, here is the bottom side of the box, the right side, here is the top side, and here is the left side of the box. The back is pretty much the same. You got all the various like details right there, warning hazards, and the Boeing line to this product, and the item number this model is 78039er. So yeah, let's get into the unboxing, and once again, hopefully this model doesn't like, you know, have any defects. And here is all what's inside the box. So here is NG CRP card right there. I think for the meantime, I don't think I'll be purchasing any, like, not really purchasing any, like, redeeming my points for a free model from NG models after what happened with my first Korean Air 747-8 that they sent me. I want to wait for them to improve that before I can give the green light to do that. Anyways, here is another card right here. This is like the collector card for the Korean Air 747, and they did something similar to, like, JC Wings would do something similar to this. So it's really nice to have a collector card of the Korean Air 747-8 from NG. And of course, you got this little sticker right here. Just like, do not hold the fuselage with the whole pop. So yeah, but other than that, I think NG models, despite them being like next generation, there can be some like negative, like, cons for them because, like, you know, it's NG. But yeah, the printing issue is kind of like one of them. I've seen some on previous models that I have in my collection, but I just hope this one has the correct printing. So here is the Korean Air 747-8 inside the cradle. Let me just take this out. And yeah, it's a really nice model to begin with. It's a really nice model, really nice to have it for my Korean Air collection. I do want to try to expanding to many parts of East Asia. So as I take it out, and it looks like I do see the Korean Air logo on the #1 engine on the outer side. So that's I'm already seeing something good with this model. And as I take it out, the plastic is kind of like stuck in there. I'm not sure what's going on, but let me see if I can try to. There we go, and take a look at that. Alright, so looking good so far. Hopefully no broken parts. And just check the wings, horizontal stabilizers, and the tail. And as I look, there is the Korean Air logo on the #1 engine, and I'm not seeing any stains. So overall, this is a good replacement right here. So thank you so much, Final Approach Collectibles, for this replacement. And here she is, the Korean Air 747-8. Exactly what I want it to be. So yeah, look at that. Overall, NG Models did a very nice job on this model, except for like all the printing details. Because like sometimes NG Models is kind of known to have some printing defects on some of their models. So yeah, that's why these retailers check these models before they ship it out to make sure that they got the right model for the buyers. So yeah, overall, I'm really satisfied with this second version of the Korean Air 747-8. And overall, I'm just really satisfied with this replacement. So thank you so much, Final Approach Collectibles, once again for this amazing replacement. Alright, and here's the NG Models 1/400 scale Korean Air Boeing 747-8i. Looking very nice right here, and once again, the replacement model looks absolutely fantastic than the first. So again, I do want to thank Final Approach Collectibles for this replacement, and yeah, really nice to finally have a good Korean Air 747-8i with no improper printing. So that's what I love to see from them right there. So like, yeah, really nice job from Final Approach once again, and let's get into the model review. So let me just position like this. So you got the cockpit windows right there. I think NG Models did a good job on the printing of the cockpit windows. Some might say that the cockpit window printing is a little too big, but for me, it kind of looks nearly as identical to what it is in real life. You also got the emergency exit hatch right there. You got the SkyTeam logo. You got the iconic nose right there, which features the first class area right there. Korean Air is known for having, like, this is their older livery, by the way, so their livery is kind of known for having this like sky blue color, and then underbelly, like a white underbelly, and a like, it's like a silver cheat line that runs with the forward area to the aft area of the plane. You also got their Korean language right there. I'm guessing that says Korean Air in their native language. You also got the L1 boarding door right there. You also got the Korean Air titles, and then I think this is where first, I'm not sure if Korean Air has any first class or business class on their on this part of the aircraft, but you also got the iconic hump of the 747. The 747-8 has an extended hump because, of course, it's a longer version than the 747-400, so they extended the hump to fit in more business class or economy or just first class or business class products. You also got the upper emergency exit door right there. You also got the L2 door as well, and the L2 boarding door. And then moving on to this side, you got the emergency exit wing right there, so this will be the L2 door. You also got the wing joint right there, which I think Engine Models did a great job on, like, representing the wing joint details, and also, like, these little details too, like the line where the belly of the aircraft, like the border of the belly of the aircraft. So I like how Engine Models was able to do that kind of detail. And of course, here are your GEnx engines from General Electric. You got the number 1 engine and the number 2 engine. As you can see, this is where the problem with my first iteration came. So the Korean Air logo, which is this little Pepsi logo as I like to call it, was in the inner side of the number 1 engine, but I'm glad to say that the number 1 engine now has the Korean Air logo on the outside. So yeah, that's what I want to see from, like, if I were to get like ACRP, is proper details that are printed in the right ways. And you can also see some other details with the slats right there. You also got some landing lights, so nice small details from engine right there. I also like the fact they would also do like engine details, like engine cowling details from them, so that's really cool right there. As I move on to the wings, here is the wing details. So as you can see the printed details. You can see some ground and flight spoilers. You got your flat check fairings right there, or as I like to call them, canoes. So some people like to call them the canoes. You also got your flaps as well and your aileron details. And here is the rake wingtip, a different type of rake wingtip compared to the 787 and the 777-300ERs. But still, I think Engine Models did a nice job on the representation, the molding details of the 747-8's wings. I do want to mention the top antenna on this side right here. But as we move on to the back side of the plane, so here's the back side of the plane. You got your L4 L4 and L5 doors right there. There's your back antennas, and this is another model problem in that case that I came across on the first one. There was some kind of like weird stain that I tried to take it out, like I was trying to take out, but I don't think it was coming out at that point. But I'm glad to see that there's any stains on both this side, and I also checked the back side. There was also no stains on that side. Now if I can find the bottom antenna, you can see the bottom antenna. Yeah, so here is the bottom antenna. It's kind of like a little hard to see, but there's the bottom antenna. Well, you can see it more when I put it on this angle. Also, I do want to mention the landing gears of the aircraft. So there's 2 sets of main landing gears on the fuselage and 2 sets of main landing gears on the wing. So on each wing in that case. So that's kind of like unique for the 747 to have that many main landing gears. Anyways, you got the Boeing 747-8 tiles right there. There's the empennage area of the plane. You got your unique APU of the 747, which it looks very interesting, and another nice design for like the 747s. And you also got the horizontal stabilizers as well. And of course, you got the iconic Korean Air Pepsi logo before they change it to the new livery in 2025, which a handful of Korean airplanes have the new livery, a handful of Korean airplanes have the older livery. But many aviation enthusiasts really like Korean Air's older livery because of this logo. So it kind of looks like a Pepsi in a way. Some might say it's called the Pepsi logo because it has like blue, red, and white. So yeah, this is the 747-8's tail. I like the fact they also added in some rudder details as well. You got the aircraft registration, Hotel Lima 7636, and on the top, you got the South Korean flag. So yeah, I think Engine Models also did a great job on the printing of the logo on the tail. Now as I move on to the front side, so here's the front view of the plane. So as you can see, nice front view details. As I can see, there's some like GEnx fan blade details right there, so that's what I love to see from Engine Models. It's just little bits of detail that makes this model stand out. And as you can see, I think the cockpit windows, I think that's nearly identical to what I would see in real life. So I know Engine Models during the first 747-8 molds they did, the cockpit windows kind of looks a little too big, but I'm glad they were able to make it a little smaller to make it as identical to what it is with the real aircraft. And as I move on to the starboard section of the aircraft, here it is. So here is the starboard section. You got your R1, R2, R3, R4, and R5 doors, and the R emergency exit upper level as well. The R door emergency exit on the upper side of the aircraft. You also got your forward cargo bin right there, and your aft cargo bin right there. Now as I give you a top view of the plane, here's a top view of the plane. So looking very nice in just all of its fashion right there. Not much details on like aerial details on the top, but you do got the Hotel Lima 7636 on the upper side of the starboard wing, and you also got Hotel Lima 736 on the bottom side of the port wing. And as you can see on the bottom, I do like the details that are represented on the bottom. There's like just a little bit of details. I do like the fact they got some engine details too, and I also like the fact that the air intakes are also molded into them also. That's really cool. You also got your stand hole, which is in the middle of the plane. Moving on to the front section of the aircraft. So here is the front section, looking very nice right there. And as I move into the back, here is the back view of the plane. So overall, really nice model from NG Models, and despite the first model having a printing error and a bit of a stain, and just a bit of stains, I'm glad this one does not have, let me rephrase that. I'm just glad that this model, this second iteration, or just like the second, I'll just call it the replacement model. I'm glad that the replacement model does not have any of that. So really nice model from NG Models. I'm really glad to have this, and yeah, another Korean Air aircraft to add to my collection. I'm considering to getting the new Liberty 333 whenever that comes out from NG Models. But overall, I'm very satisfied with this replacement, and thank you so much, Brandon from Final Approach Collectibles, for taking care of all the replacement stuff and shipping this model to me. So really nice to have it for my collection, and overall I'm just very satisfied. So overall, that's it for this unboxing, but we're gonna move on to the conclusion. So with that being said, let's get into that. So overall, this model is a very nice model for my collection, and I'm really glad to have this replacement for my Korean Air collection. Now as for like the one with the defective details, I think, as mentioned before, I think I do want to try selling that model to somebody else, so somebody else can at least have a Korean Air 747-8 for their collection. But honestly, this is a very nice model to have for my collection for Korean Air, especially for my international lineup, as I don't have that many 747-8s in my collection. I only have the Lufthansa 747-8i, but so I want to try getting another 747-8i from a different airline, which is Korean Air, since I've seen these in the past. So overall, very nice model from NG Models, and I'm glad to have it for my collection. And once again, thank you so much, Final Approach Collectibles, for presenting this replacement to me. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell icon so you won't miss a new video like this anytime soon, or a new upload. And if you want to see more of my model plane content, then you can click on that playlist, and it shows you all the model plane videos I did from unboxings, reviews, and a whole lot more. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Good night.